The roses, guys, place your roses.
Guys, he's about to smell the no-no. This is the stuff you're supposed to do offline, not on.
I know, but I try to tell him, but he's so young. Like, I'm just kidding. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that. Oh my god.
So I'm pretty sure Ashley Trevino did the deed on a live last night. And by the deed, it's exactly what you're thinking. This, of course, was with a younger man, a 23-year-old I think she just had met. Not to be confused with the garage guy she met several days ago. Her daughters are on this app. Her 16-year-old daughter should not have to be defending her mother's actions. She even makes a comment about the guy being young. She clearly knows what she is doing is wrong, but she continues to push the envelope for attention, for views, because she knows a lot of her followers and a lot of her viewers are there for the train. She is just doing whatever shocking to take the focus off of her ex-husband's unaliving victim's daughter.
Something is seriously off with Ash Trevino. At this point, it's beyond just controversy, it's reckless and it's concerning. Just when we thought she couldn't push the limits any further, she proves us all wrong. After facing backlash of her insensitive comments about her ex-husband's daughter, the one whose father tragically took his own life, Ash is now steering attention away from the drama by sharing explicit content with younger men on TikTok. And what makes this worse? She has two daughters who are active on the same platform, witnessing their mother's every move. For a brief moment, when her daughters openly admitted that they were embarrassed by their mother's behavior, literally saying it to her face.
When she was sick and you were begging for money. That was like, oh, but you weren't even in the hospital.
It seemed like maybe, just maybe, Ash would take a step back and reflect. But no, instead, she has doubled down, shifting from inappropriate conversations to full-blown actions. What she's doing now, it's beyond shocking. Ash is a 36-year-old, a grown woman, a mother of two teenage girls, but you wouldn't think that based on the way she acts on social media. Recently, she went live on TikTok, fully engaging in intimate behavior with a 23-year-old, barely an adult. And the worst part? She wasn't even trying to be discreet. No, she did this in front of the whole world, in front of her own followers, without a single ounce of shame. It's one thing to seek attention online, but this is just disturbing and downright irresponsible.
Mexico, yeah, don't ask questions.
Sir, how are you?
We don't ask questions over here, Mexico.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
Are you alright?
Tell them security.
Hey, security.
Qué bueno, qué bueno.
And you have to wonder, what's going through her mind when she does these things? Is it all for views? Is it just for shock value? Or is this truly who she is? Because let's be real, it's not just about her. Her daughters have to face the consequences of their mother's reckless actions every single day, in ways we probably can't even begin to imagine. Their classmates, their teachers, their friends, everyone sees it. The whispers, the side eyes, the judgment, it doesn't just disappear overnight. It follows them, staining their social lives, making them the unwilling subjects of a scandal they never signed up for. And that kind of embarrassment doesn't just go away, it lingers. What's even more disturbing is that Ash knew exactly what she was doing. In that same live, she casually admitted that she didn't have to do this on camera, but then, just as quickly, she laughed it off and retracted the statement, turning it to some kind of joke. But was it really a joke? Because moments later, she admitted that the young man she was with didn't quite understand the implications of what they were doing on live. And yet, she still went ahead with it.
Roses!
The roses, guys, place your roses.
Guys, he's about to smell the no-no. This is the stuff you're supposed to do offline, not on.
I know, but I try to tell him, but he's so young. Like, I'm just kidding. He doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand that. Oh my god.
She picked this guy up at a bar, brought him home, and put it all on display like some kind of twisted content strategy. A calculated move designed to stir up reactions, to get people talking, because let's face it, at this point, any publicity is good publicity for her. Even he seemed embarrassed afterward, visibly uncomfortable, shying away from the camera, trying to hide his face. He went from confident and carefree to awkward and uneasy. But Ash, she was just as bold as ever, almost mocking him for his reaction, calling him out for being scared. The audacity.
Like little.
Well, yeah, bitch, because we FaceTimed at what, 7? Ya estabas peda ya. I could jump on your level though.
I'm kind of drunk tonight.
You want to know how to smell?
Oh, she's funny. She's funny.
You secret man. He know it smell well.
He doesn't know how it smells yet.
Yeah, pero ahorita sabe, ahorita. What's he eating? Hot Cheetos?
He's a little white boy.
Hot Cheetos and bean
He's
dip.
a white boy.
Period.
He's a white boy.
I'm Chicano.
He just got what's it called? When you join a gang, you gotta get like.
No, he's white boy, but you know what? Like, he hasn't left my side. Like, when he see my place get vandalized, like, he still stays here by my side.
And it really makes you wonder, how is this even allowed on TikTok? How is she still getting away with this? Ash has blatantly violated every community guideline possible, yet somehow she's still here, still live, still doing the same things. It raises the question, does TikTok even care? Or does her controversy drive engagement so much that they turn a blind eye? And if they do, what does that say about the platform as a whole? Let's talk about the real victims in all of this, her daughters. This had been the first time, maybe, just maybe, we could chalk it up to a lapse in judgment. But this is a pattern. Just days before, she did the same thing with another younger man, one she supposedly met at a garage. Again, she live-streamed it, completely oblivious to how this might impact not just her own reputation, but more importantly, her children's lives.
Not to be confused with the garage guy she met several days ago. Her daughters are on this app. Her 16-year-old daughter should not have to be defending her mother's actions. She even makes a comment about the guy being young. She clearly knows what she is doing is wrong, but she continues to push the envelope for attention, for views, because she knows a lot of her followers and a lot of her viewers are there for the train. She is just doing whatever shocking to take the focus off of her ex-husband's unaliving victim's daughter and telling her that her father deserved it. There is nothing this woman will not do for views, and I'm really surprised she doesn't have an OF. I mean, I am, but I'm not. She's already broken so many guidelines on here that she hasn't gotten paid in 2 weeks. Now, I don't know if she sorted that out or what happened, but it was looking like TikTok was finally doing something. There's even a petition on Change to get her off of this platform. My biggest problem is the things she does, exposing herself, having presumable relations on a live, utilizing adult toys, and doing things like this on lives where children are watching, including her own.
And let's not ignore the bigger issue here. She keeps targeting younger men who have just stepped into adulthood, men who may not fully grasp the weight of what's happening. These are men who might not even realize they're being used for content, for shock value, for Ash's never-ending pursuit of attention. It's manipulative, it's exploitative, and it's deeply unsettling. She's not just crossing a moral boundary, she's stamping all over it with no regard for the long-term consequences. At this point, her eldest daughter has become the unofficial spokesperson of her mother's mess. Every time Ash does something reckless, it's her daughter who has to step in, who has to explain, who has to bear the brunt of the internet's backlash. It's not fair. No child should have to publicly distance themselves from their own parent just to maintain a sense of dignity. She's not her mother's PR agent. She is a teenager who should be focused on living her life, not defending it. Imagine the pressure of constantly having to answer for the actions of someone who is supposed to be your role model. Imagine the embarrassment of seeing your mother trend for all the wrong reasons while you're just trying to exist as a normal teenager.
Guys, I finally unblocked her.
Why was she blocked?
Because
I made her mad.
we had beef.
We didn't have beef. Be quiet.
We had beef going on.
This girl.
This is a clarification that we had beef, guys.
You guys are good now, though, right?
Yeah.
My twin, of course.
Don't say that ever again.
They both look like you.
And the saddest part, this should be a time of joy for her. She recently hit 1 million followers on TikTok, a huge milestone for any creator. But instead of basking in her own success, she's likely dreading what new wave of humiliation will come next. How much more can she take? How much longer before she stops seeing Ash as just an embarrassing mom and starts resenting her completely? And worse, what happens if this resentment turns into something irreversible? It's heartbreaking to think about how this might affect her in the long run. Will she grow up constantly trying to prove that she's not her mother? Will she carry the weight of Ash's mistakes for years to come? And the real question is, does Ash even care? If you've been following Ash for a while, this shouldn't be surprising. Remember Santos? The 19-year-old boy she started interacting with on TikTok lives? From the very beginning, it was obvious Ash was crossing the line. She wasn't just engaging in harmless banter. She was actively trying to make herself look appealing to him, flirting openly, giggling like a schoolgirl, and making suggestive comments that had no business being said to someone so much younger. And then she took it even further. She openly talked about her Nunu. Yes, she really said that, and how she wanted him to experience it. The sheer level of inappropriateness here is disturbing. But somehow, Ash didn't see a problem with it. And when they finally met in person, the discomfort was undeniable.
How does that make you feel? Just kidding.
Like the ocean.
Just shut the hell up, babe. Why is his phone vibrating?
I literally
Santos had always treated the interactions as casual TikTok fun, light-hearted and playful, but for Ash, it was clear she had taken it seriously. Santos's body language said it all. He looked uneasy, hesitant, and completely out of place. What had once been a silly online exchange had suddenly turned into an unwanted real-life situation, and he wanted out. But Ash, she was still chasing the fantasy she had built in her mind, acting like they had some deep connection, refusing to acknowledge the glaring reality that Santos was just another young man caught in her web of delusion. What's even more unsettling is how shamelessly public Ash was about the entire ordeal. She wasn't just acting out in private, she was performing. Every interaction was calculated to be seen, shared, and reacted to. It wasn't enough that she had already crossed boundaries online. She had to take it into the next level, making Santos visibly uncomfortable in front of thousands of viewers. And when he finally pulled away, she refused to accept it. Even after Santos moved on and got a girlfriend, she didn't take the hit. Instead of stepping back and realizing how inappropriate the entire situation had been, she went on live crying about how he had broken her heart. A full-grown 36-year-old woman publicly weeping over a 19-year-old boy who had simply grown tired of her auntie. Let that sink in. It wasn't a relationship. It wasn't love. It was a misguided, one-sided obsession that should never have started in the first place. But to Ash, it was just another episode in her never-ending drama-filled life, and she was going to milk it for all it was worth. And let's not forget the audience she was broadcasting this to. An audience full of impressionable young followers watching a grown woman spiral over a teenage boy. What kind of message does that send? That it's okay for a grown adult to fixate on someone barely out of high school? That crossing boundaries is just a part of internet drama? Ash wasn't just embarrassing herself. She was normalizing predatory behavior, making it seem like just another quirky online scandal instead of the serious, inappropriate mess that it truly was. That's what makes this entire situation even more disturbing. Ash's pattern of behavior is alarming, to say the least. First, she was obsessed with men in prison, earning her label of craziest inmate hopper. She's preying on men significantly younger than her, men who are barely out of their teenage years and likely unaware of the full consequences of engaging with someone like her. It's not just inappropriate, it's predatory, and yet she continues without a care in the world. And it's not like people aren't calling her out. There've been countless discussions online, endless comment threads exposing her behavior, and even direct messages from concerned individuals warning these young men about her. And does she care? Not at all. Instead, she doubles down, twisting the narrative to make herself look like the victim, painting her critics as jealous haters who don't understand her life. If the roles were reversed, if a man in his late 30s was doing this to young girls, there would be absolute outrage. He would be banned, cancelled, completely whipped off the internet. Society would not stand for it, and yet Ash gets to keep going. Why is she still here? Why is she still allowed to exploit these young men for content and controversy? Why does she get to escape consequences while others are held accountable? And the worst part? She doesn't care. She feeds off the controversy. She thrives on the attention, whether it's positive or negative. Every viral clip, every headline, every comment calling her out, it all fuels her. It's as if she's become addicted to the chaos, completely detached from reality, chasing the next viral moment no matter the cost. And at this rate, she's willing to risk it all: her reputation, her relationship with her children, and potentially even legal consequences, just to keep her name trending. She's playing a dangerous game, and sooner or later, it's bound to catch up with her. The only question is, how far will she go before she finally faces real consequences? There's even a change.org petition to get Ash off the internet because of the influence she's having on younger audiences. While it hasn't gained massive traction yet, it's steadily growing, with more and more people speaking out about the damage her behavior could be causing. The petition describes her as a dangerous influence and urges platforms like TikTok to take action before things escalate further. But will it be enough? Or will Ash continue down this destructive path until something serious happens? Something that can't just be laughed off or ignored. At what point does intervention become necessary? Should Ash be banned from social media altogether? Should Child Protective Services step in to assess the well-being of her daughters? Or is there even a slim chance that she'll finally take accountability and start acting like a mother she's supposed to be? Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates, because trust me, with Ash Trevino, there's always more to spill. Let's talk about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates, because trust me, with Ash Trevino, there's always more to spill.